Hey guys, you already know it's your girl Indigo back with another video, and it's been a while, and I know it's been a while. I have been busy. If you didn't know, I'm an artist. I paint for a side business I own. I have my own website online, and I spend most of my time creating content for that. So I just have not been on my YouTube channel, and YouTube got a little overwhelming for me because the lack of time I felt like I had to make high quality videos, and it just was like too much. Like I just needed some time to myself, which is what I've been doing. But I am surprised to say that your girl hit her 1,000 subscriber mark. I didn't know how to take that, honestly, because I actually gave up on my YouTube channel. Like, even though I had the videos still posted and stuff, like, I was not thinking anybody was watching them, let alone I was going to still get comments, and I was still going to get people finding me on other social media to ask me questions about my content. Like, I was mad surprised. So, this morning I woke up and I was told, yo, guess what? You have 1,000 subscribers. Like, all you have to do now is get 4,000 views in 12 months and your girl will get monetized. And I'm just like, me? So I'm a little happy right now, and that's why I decided, you know what, I'm gonna make a video for you guys. So one of the questions I get a lot in my messages when people ask me about the army and stuff is, how exactly does, I guess, Korea work for married people? So being married in Korea is a different ball game. I feel like it's a really hard question for me to personally answer because I'm not married. Like, I don't know how many times I have to tell people I'm not married, I'm single. So I don't know exactly what like happens to the people who are married overseas, but I'll try to give you guys a little bit more information on what to expect being married in Korea. So one thing I do know is that when you're married in Korea, you still don't have your car. Like, I feel like Korea is just that place you can't bring your car over there. Like, you really can't. Like, I don't think you can bring your car. Like, anybody I know who had a car in Korea, they either bought a car there, like they bought one of those really like crappy $1,000 cars, or they were taking taxis and transportation. Like, I had a lot of married friends, and what they did was they bought like a car for like $1,000, $2,000. So I would recommend, if you're married and you're going over there with a wife or with children or both, you need to have a large amount of money already saved up. Like, not a large amount, but at least like $2,000-$3,000 saved up, so you can buy a car when you get over there. You have to buy a hoopty. That's what everybody was driving. Even like the officers and LTs, everybody was driving a hoopty. And that hoopty was like having a BMW in Korea because nobody had cars. So you're probably going to end up having to buy a hoopty for around $2,000, $3,000 if you want a car to get around places. Otherwise, you're going to have to take taxis and subways or bicycle or something like that. So that's one thing I know. Another thing I know is that all military people who are married with families, they lived off post. I'm trying to think of a place where they lived on post. I think they lived on post in not Myeongdong, that's not what I'm thinking about, in Osan. I think in Osan, and then there was another place, I'm trying to remember, what was it, Camp Casey? No, it wasn't Camp Casey, I can't remember the names. It's been like 2.5, 3 years now, but there's 2 duty stations that are really big military bases. They're big camps, and those camps had on-post housing for certain people, but usually 70% to 80% of the people were living off post in housing. And the way that those work is you have to go through the Korean people who own the buildings, and they usually are expecting military people to be around, so they already have like stuff like made out for you to how you pay your bills. You'll pay by like check or something like that. You have to get money orders and stuff like that. And yeah, like, usually you're gonna live off post. There aren't really that many jobs for spouses while being in Korea. That's something I've noticed. A lot of the people who lived in Korea, their wives did not work. There wasn't anything for them to do because it was a Korean, country, and everything. Usually, like, you're speaking like Hangul, or you need to be able to speak the language and have like the certain like licenses and shit, excuse my language, and stuff to be able to work at places. They're going to ask for information. They don't want Americanized stuff. They want the Korean stuff. And a lot of Koreans don't want to work with Americans because that's not their culture, and they just don't want to really deal with, I don't know how else to say it. They don't want to deal with people who are not from where they're from. Not trying to sound racist. I mean, it is what it is. They just don't usually hire Americans. That's just it. So a lot of the spouses, none of the spouses really work like that. Now, if your wife or your husband has like a degree in kind of education or something like that with English, they could be an English teacher, but that's very rare to even find that. What else can I say? If you live off post, because most of the time you're going to live off post, you kind of get away with that whole, oh, well, they don't have a curfew anymore, so you don't have to worry about that. But back when I was there was a curfew, and the curfew didn't go for the military, to the married folks, because they already lived off post, so they're going to be off post before curfew. That's just, but they had to stay in their houses. But okay, so that doesn't count. What else do I know about married people in Korea? I know you get paid based off your dependents and stuff. I know you get paid extra based off, you know, your children, how many dependents you have. I know that, I'm trying to think, do I know anything important? Oh, your rations. So in Korea, I don't know if they took this out or not. I don't think they did. Ration control is a thing where there's a certain amount of alcohol and a certain amount of like food and stuff you can buy a month. Like you can only buy like a certain amount of meat and a certain amount of vegetables and beer and alcohol a month. And if you had a dependent, it doubled by your dependent, your adult dependent, I think. I don't know if it doubled by your children, but pretty much you got more based off how many people lived in your house, compared to if you're single, you're only getting that ration. What else? I really don't know anything else about married people in Korea. Like, I really wish I knew more. Well, not really, because I was single and it was my business. So I know a lot of spouses hate Korea. Wives do. A lot of the times they get bored. When I was there, I saw many people have really bad marriage problems, really bad wives just doing crazy stuff and doing all types of cheating and heartbreak stuff. And I saw a lot of bad relationships in Korea. So I'll tell you one thing. If you are deciding to take your family to Korea, have a strong relationship. Make sure that you guys are prepared and ready for what's coming your way, because it's gonna be kind of like right now, the quarantine going on, where they're gonna be in the house a lot. If you don't have a car or multiple cars, they're gonna be stuck a lot. Maybe they don't like to explore. Maybe they're scared to go out on their own. And if they have that mentality of like getting bored and wanting to entertain things they shouldn't entertain, or suddenly getting homesick and stuff like that, it's going to become a lot, because you have to stay in Korea for 2 years if you're married. If you're married, you have to stay there for 2 years. Now, if you're single, you have to stay there for a year. But if you're married, you have to stay there 2 years. So if you're with somebody who can't accept the fact that they're going to be a stay-at-home husband, stay-at-home wife, or they aren't going to be able to do the things they're used to doing on their free time, they're going to be away from their family, their friends, then you definitely need to decide if you'd rather them stay in the States or not, because Korea is a challenge for a lot of relationships I've seen. Now, I've seen people who get married and love Korea because they didn't have kids, so their wives and them would explore the freaking world and go all over the place and party it up and have a great time. I've seen that, and I've also seen the wives cheating, the wives suicidal, the husband's cheating, the husband's suicidal, fights, and I've seen it all. So just make sure you have a strong relationship if you're going overseas with your family. I really don't think I know anything else about being married in Korea for military folks. Yeah, so if you have any questions, please put the questions underneath this video, okay? I am really tired of people coming on my Instagram and DMing me about these YouTube videos. If you want to talk to me about what I've been talking about on YouTube, get on the YouTube comments, not in the IG and the Twitter and the Snapchat that I put on the page is not for you guys to ask me questions about my YouTube. That's for you guys if y'all are interested in just seeing me and knowing me and, you know, buying my art, or you just are cool with me and you're like, oh, she's cool, I want to see what she does in her free time. Like, that's what those social medias are for. Now, if you want to ask questions related to my YouTube videos, ask them in the comments below. Subscribe. I will answer. I will answer. I will answer. I will answer. So thanks for watching. Continue watching. 100K? 100K? Really gonna go? 1K subscribers. Let's go. And peace and hair grease.